There's a shift happening inside you and you can feel it. It's subtle yet powerful, like a whisper growing louder each day. The world around you seems different, almost as if you're seeing it with new eyes. The questions that once filled your mind are slowly being answered, but not in the way you expected. As each day passes, you notice signs, strange yet familiar, that something within you is changing. Could this be the final stage of your transformation? Keep watching as we reveal the subtle clues that indicate you're nearing the end of a profound inner awakening. Sign number 1, letting go of material attachments. Letting go of material attachments is a profound sign that your spiritual awakening is nearing completion. This process involves a fundamental shift in how you perceive and interact with the material world. As you evolve spiritually, you begin to see material possessions for what they truly are, temporary and often distracting from the deeper, more meaningful aspects of life. The desire to accumulate wealth, status, or objects fades because they no longer hold the same value or significance. This detachment doesn't mean rejecting or renouncing material things entirely. Instead, it signifies a change in priority. You recognize that true fulfillment and happiness cannot be found in external possessions, but within your inner self. Material objects lose their grip on your identity, and you stop defining yourself by what you own. The constant pursuit of more, a bigger house, a better car, or the latest gadget, gives way to contentment with what you already have, or even a desire to simplify your life. Moreover, letting go of material attachments often extends to relationships and social status. You no longer feel the need to keep up appearances or seek validation through others' approval. The superficiality of social climbing becomes evident, and you find yourself more drawn to genuine connections and experiences rather than accumulating external symbols of success. This detachment is accompanied by an understanding of impermanence. You start to realize that all material things are transient, subject to change, decay, and loss. This awareness reduces your fear of losing them, freeing you from the anxiety and stress associated with maintaining or acquiring material goods. In this state, your mind becomes clearer, and you are more open to spiritual growth, wisdom, and inner peace. This detachment, though subtle, is a powerful indicator that you are progressing toward the final stages of spiritual awakening. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to this channel for more powerful content. Sign number 2, feeling a sense of unity with all. Experiencing a sense of unity with all is a profound sign of spiritual awakening nearing completion. This state transcends the boundaries of individual identity and dissolves the illusion of separateness. At this stage, you begin to perceive the interconnectedness of everything around you, from the smallest atom to the vastness of the cosmos. This feeling is not just an abstract idea, but a deeply rooted understanding that you are part of a larger whole. You may start to sense the energy that connects all living beings, feeling empathy and compassion on a much deeper level. It's as if you can intuitively grasp the emotions and experiences of others, recognizing that their joys and sorrows are also yours. This connection goes beyond human relationships, extending to animals, plants, and even inanimate objects. You may find yourself communicating with nature in ways that previously seemed impossible, feeling the life force within a tree or sensing the pulse of the earth beneath your feet. The sense of unity also manifests in how you perceive societal structures. The divisions created by race, nationality, religion, and social status begin to lose their significance. You realize these distinctions are superficial, and underneath, we all share the same essence. This realization can lead to a profound sense of peace and a reduction in conflict, both internally and externally. Your actions become more aligned with the greater good as the ego-driven desire for personal gain diminishes. This sense of unity with all is supported by modern quantum physics, which suggests that at the most fundamental level, everything in the universe is interconnected. The idea of separateness is a construct of the mind, not the true nature of reality. This awareness is a significant milestone in your spiritual journey, signaling a shift from self-centeredness to a universal consciousness. Sign number 3, a deep desire for truth. A deep desire for truth is one of the most profound indicators that a spiritual awakening is nearing completion. This yearning transcends the surface level of conventional wisdom and penetrates the very essence of existence. It's not merely about seeking factual correctness, but about understanding the nature of reality itself. When this desire takes hold, it becomes an all-consuming quest, driving individuals to question everything they once accepted without hesitation. This search for truth often begins with a disillusionment with societal norms, religious doctrines, or long-held personal beliefs. The awakened individual starts to realize that much of what they've been taught may be incomplete or even misleading. This realization leads to a rejection of superficial explanations and a yearning for knowledge that resonates with their inner being. As this desire intensifies, it brings with it an insatiable curiosity about the nature of the universe, consciousness, and the self. Questions arise about the origins of life, the purpose of existence, and the interconnectedness of all things. The individual is no longer satisfied with passive acceptance. They actively seek out wisdom from ancient texts, philosophical teachings, and spiritual guides. This pursuit of truth often leads to solitude and introspection. The individual may withdraw from social circles that no longer align with their new understanding, choosing instead to spend time in contemplation or meditation. In this process, they become more attuned to their intuition, trusting their inner voice over external authorities. The desire for truth also fosters a deep commitment to authenticity. The individual becomes increasingly unwilling to engage in falsehoods, whether in their personal relationships or their interactions with the world at large. They strive to live in alignment with their true self, rejecting anything that feels inauthentic or deceptive. This commitment to truth becomes a guiding principle, influencing every aspect of their life. Sign number 4, detachment from ego. Detachment from the ego is a profound indicator of spiritual awakening nearing completion. The ego, a construct of the mind, represents our false sense of self, often tied to material possessions, social status, and external validation. As one progresses through a spiritual awakening, the grip of the ego begins to loosen. This detachment doesn't mean the ego is entirely eradicated. Rather, it shifts from being the dominating force in one's life to a more subdued presence. The ego thrives on fear, control, and separation, creating a false narrative of individuality and competition. When one starts to detach from the ego, these illusions begin to fade. The person becomes less reactive to external triggers and more in tune with their true self. This detachment is often accompanied by a significant reduction in the need for approval or recognition. The person starts to act out of genuine intent rather than seeking validation from others. As detachment from ego deepens, the individual experiences a heightened sense of inner peace and clarity. This is because the ego, with its endless demands and fears, no longer clouds the mind. The person begins to see situations and people more objectively, without the distortions of egoic judgment. Relationships improve as a result, since interactions are no longer based on selfish desires or expectations. Furthermore, detachment from the ego allows for a more profound connection with others and the universe. The sense of separation diminishes, and one begins to understand the interconnectedness of all things. This understanding leads to a greater sense of compassion and empathy as the person recognizes the shared essence within every being. The fear of loss, which the ego clings to, also diminishes. The individual realizes that their true self is beyond physical form and material possessions, leading to a more liberated and fulfilling existence. Sign number 5, synchronicities and signs. Synchronicities and signs often become increasingly evident as one nears the completion of a spiritual awakening. These events, often dismissed as mere coincidences, are actually meaningful patterns or symbols that the universe presents to guide and affirm your spiritual path. The concept of synchronicity, introduced by Carl Jung, refers to the simultaneous occurrence of events that appear significantly related but lack a causal connection. For those on the spiritual path, these experiences are not random, but are seen as profound messages from a higher consciousness. As you approach the final stages of spiritual awakening, these synchronicities tend to become more frequent and intense. You might notice recurring numbers like 1111 on clocks, repeated encounters with specific animals, or overhearing conversations that directly relate to your thoughts or concerns. These signs act as a mirror, reflecting your inner state and guiding you toward alignment with your true self. They serve as a reminder that you are connected to a greater force, that your journey is being watched over, and that you are not alone. In addition to numbers and symbols, synchronicities can manifest in unexpected opportunities, chance meetings, or events that seem too perfectly timed to be accidental. These experiences are the universe's way of nudging you, offering reassurance that you are on the right path. It's as if the external world is orchestrating itself to align with your inner transformations, offering you guidance at critical junctures. While these signs may seem mysterious, they carry a deep resonance with your personal experiences and inner growth. By paying attention to these synchronicities and understanding their significance, you gain a clearer understanding of your spiritual journey. They are the breadcrumbs that lead you closer to the culmination of your spiritual awakening, signaling that profound changes are unfolding within you. Sign number 6, changing sleep patterns. Changing sleep patterns is one of the most telling signs that a spiritual awakening is nearing completion. As the body and mind undergo profound internal shifts, the sleep cycle often becomes erratic. You might find yourself waking up frequently during the night, particularly between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., which is often referred to as the witching hour or hour of the soul. This period is believed to be when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest, making you more receptive to spiritual downloads and insights. The pineal gland, often called the third eye, plays a crucial role during this time. As your consciousness expands, this gland becomes more active, releasing melatonin at unusual times, which can cause you to wake up feeling alert and energized, even in the middle of the night. This disruption is not just physical, it's a sign that your subconscious is processing new spiritual information, integrating it into your being. Furthermore, vivid dreams or nightmares may increase in frequency and intensity. These dreams can be symbolic, revealing deeper truths about your spiritual path, or they may serve as a mechanism for your mind to release old, unresolved emotions and traumas. It's common to wake up from these dreams feeling disoriented or emotionally drained, as they often force you to confront aspects of yourself that you may have been avoiding. Sleep disruptions can also be linked to the body's need to recalibrate its energy. As you shed old, lower vibrations and align with higher frequencies, your body may require less sleep to regenerate, as the energy you receive is more potent and efficient. On the flip side, some may experience extreme fatigue, as the body demands more rest to process and integrate these intense changes. Both scenarios reflect the body's natural response to the profound spiritual shifts occurring within. Sign number 7. Increased self-awareness. Increased self-awareness is a crucial indicator of nearing the completion of a spiritual awakening. This heightened state of consciousness allows individuals to observe their thoughts, emotions, and actions with clarity and objectivity. Unlike the general understanding of self-awareness as simply knowing oneself, this deeper form involves a profound recognition of the ego and its patterns. It's as if a new lens is applied, one that strips away illusions and reveals the true nature of one's inner workings. As self-awareness expands, individuals begin to identify the root causes of their behaviors and reactions. They see how past traumas, conditioning, and societal influences have shaped their identities. This insight isn't merely intellectual, it's experiential. You start to notice how certain thoughts trigger emotions, how emotions drive behaviors, and how these behaviors in turn affect your reality. This understanding leads to a reduction in reactive behavior. Instead of being a passive participant in life, you become an active observer, capable of choosing your responses with intention and wisdom. Moreover, increased self-awareness often brings about a shift in values and priorities. What once seemed important, such as external validation, material success, or social status, begins to lose its grip. You realize these pursuits were driven by the ego, not by your true self. Instead, there's a growing desire to align with your authentic self, which is more attuned to inner peace, truth, and harmony. This level of awareness also enhances empathy and compassion, not just for others, but also for oneself. You start recognizing the shared human experience of suffering, leading to a deeper connection with others. This connection isn't based on superficial interactions, but on a genuine understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. Increased self-awareness is not just about understanding who you are, it's about realizing who you are not. Sign number 8, loss of interest in negativity. As you approach the completion of your spiritual awakening, you may notice a significant shift in your tolerance for negativity. This isn't just a preference, but an almost instinctive rejection of anything that lowers your vibration. Your consciousness evolves, and the energy you once spent on negative thoughts, behaviors, and relationships no longer serves your higher purpose. This loss of interest in negativity is not merely about avoiding unpleasant experiences. It's a deeper, more profound transformation where your entire being aligns with positivity and higher vibrational states. This shift can manifest in various ways. You might find yourself naturally distancing from people who perpetuate drama, gossip, or pessimism. Conversations that once intrigued or entertained you now seem trivial or draining. The media you consume also changes. Violent movies, fear-inducing news, or music with negative messages lose their appeal. Even your thoughts start to cleanse themselves. You become increasingly aware of negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, and you instinctively work to replace them with more constructive and empowering thoughts. This isn't just about mental or emotional well-being, it's also physiological. Studies have shown that prolonged exposure to negativity can have detrimental effects on the brain, including impaired cognitive function and increased stress levels. Conversely, focusing on positivity and high vibration states can enhance brain function, improve emotional resilience, and even boost the immune system. On a spiritual level, this shift signifies that you are moving closer to your true self, one that is inherently aligned with the frequencies of love, peace, and joy. The loss of interest in negativity reflects your readiness to fully embody your spiritual awakening. Your energy field becomes more sensitive, rejecting lower vibrations that no longer resonate with your elevated state of being. This shift is both a sign and a necessity for the completion of your spiritual journey. Sign number 9, a desire to help others. A desire to help others is one of the most significant indicators that your spiritual awakening is nearing completion. This urge often emerges from a profound realization that all beings are interconnected. As you progress through your spiritual journey, you start to perceive the pain and struggles of others as if they were your own. This is not merely empathy, but a deeper understanding of the shared human experience, often referred to as the recognition of the oneness of all life. This drive to assist others goes beyond mere acts of kindness or charity. It becomes a central aspect of your existence, compelling you to align your life's purpose with the well-being of others. This is often accompanied by a shift in consciousness where material gains lose their appeal and the focus turns towards service. The motivation stems from a place of unconditional love and compassion rather than obligation or societal expectations. This desire also manifests in various forms depending on your gifts and life path. For some, it might be through direct action, such as volunteering, counseling, or caregiving. For others, it might involve sharing knowledge, teaching, or simply being a source of positive energy and support. It's important to note that this inclination to help others is not driven by a need for recognition or reward. Instead, it's fueled by an inner compulsion to contribute to the greater good, to alleviate suffering, and to uplift those around you. This desire is also deeply linked with the concept of selfless service, often referred to as seva in many spiritual traditions. It reflects a mature spiritual consciousness, where the boundaries between self and others dissolve, and the act of helping others becomes a natural expression of your true self. Sign number 10, feeling a sense of completion or wholeness. Feeling a sense of completion or wholeness is often regarded as one of the most profound signs that your spiritual awakening is nearing its culmination. This sensation arises from a deep internal alignment where all aspects of your being, mind, body, and spirit are in harmony. You begin to feel as though the fragmented parts of your life have finally come together, forming a cohesive and meaningful whole. This isn't merely a fleeting emotion, but a pervasive state of being that permeates your thoughts, actions, and interactions. One of the key indicators of this sense of completion is the diminishing need for external validation. As you progress through your spiritual awakening, you realize that the fulfillment you once sought outside yourself now resides within. The external world, with its distractions and illusions, loses its grip on you. You no longer chase after achievements, relationships, or material possessions to fill a void, because that void has been filled by a deep sense of inner contentment. This feeling of wholeness is often accompanied by an awareness that you are exactly where you need to be in your life. The constant striving, the yearning for something more, subsides. You recognize that all your experiences, both joyous and painful, have been integral to your spiritual journey. This realization brings a profound sense of peace, as you understand that everything in your life has unfolded exactly as it should. Moreover, this sense of wholeness often leads to a natural state of non-attachment. You find that you can engage with the world without becoming entangled in it. Relationships, possessions, and experiences are appreciated but not clung to. There is a deep understanding that true happiness and fulfillment do not depend on external circumstances, but stem from an internal state of balance and unity. As you approach the final stages of your spiritual awakening, these signs become clear markers of your journey's progress. The sense of wholeness and completion you feel is a powerful reminder that true fulfillment comes from within. Embrace this transformation and let it guide you towards a more peaceful and purposeful life. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights on spiritual growth and personal development. Your support helps us continue creating content that inspires and uplifts us.